Yeah, funnily enough, big, fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground.
All right. And today we've got The Toad That Broke Australia by Parz. So for those who don't know who Parz is, he is someone who goes over a lot of wildlife. He's a wildlife YouTuber. Kind of like Casual Geographic, except he's usually making TikToks and short form content. And this is his first long form video on this type of content. So we're gonna go ahead and check it out. If y'all want me to check out some of the TikToks as well, put it in the comments. But we're gonna check out this Australian toad and see what's so crazy about it. That being said, let's get into it.
Australia is home to some of the deadliest animals on the planet. But what if I told you there's one creature they all fear? An invasive species, millions strong, wiping out native animals that they are locked in combat with to this very day.
Wait. Okay, hold on. It's wiping out other species in Australia. Hold on. For an animal to wipe out other Australian species is kind of insane, considering everything there is either poisonous, can just take your head off, or just KO you. How can something knock off other species?
What kind of vile beast is capable of spreading such reckless hate? The answer is this fat fucking toad.
Oh my god, that thing is huge as fuck. What the hell did they feed this thing? Oh my god. That thing is not, that's not even fat. That looks like all muscle. That's like that. I don't know if y'all watch Sanjay and Craig. That's like that episode of it when Craig got abs and his entire like body was just round and had abs. Like, what the actual hell is this? Oh my god.
Fat fucking toad. But how did this war begin? Well, to answer your question, we're gonna have to go way back. The year is 1866. We are in the land down under, and our story begins the same way many tragedies do, with the British. You see, Abigail...
He keeps using that Billy Me for British people. Oh my gosh.
Hoppity, your ancestral home is now my property. Around 90 years back, the Brits were in full swing, rampantly colonising the country. And part of that included agriculture. Now, they brought with them many crops, but the important one in this story is sugarcane. Sugar was valuable, not only for trade, but also because, well, the fucking tea isn't going to sweeten itself, is it? But you see, sugarcane only grows in the heat, which ruled out the south of the country. It also likes humid environments, which ruled out Western Australia.
Okay.
Which left them with one option. And so, the cane farmers loaded up their first Stardew Valley save in Queensland in 1866.
Woo!
But the farmers ran into an issue. You see, Queensland is home to these nifty little bugs called Dermalopida albertum. These are native beetles that hit their macros by munching on plant leaves. So when cane farmers joined the Queensland Minecraft server and set up a fucking Hermitcraft-sized farm, the beetles were in heaven and set to work demolishing the plant leaves. Now, funnily enough, the adult bugs weren't actually the problem. Sugarcane leaves hold full value. But the problem is that with such an abundant food source, the bugs started multiplying, laying their eggs around the base of the plants. These eggs hatched into larvae, and unlike the grown-ups, these little worms don't eat the leaves. They eat the roots.
That actually sucks. Okay, so you brought over a plant that the bugs really like, they start multiplying, and instead of just going for the leaves, which can be manageable, they go for the roots, which actually starts fucking you up.
Sugarcane starts getting absolutely fucking spit roasted, and the farmers can do nothing but watch as sugarcane yield.
He put bro in the chair. I'm dead, bruh. I'm dead. He put him in the chair.
Plummets through the floor along with their profits. This whole situation really pissed off the farmers, who banded together, went to the Australian government, and told them to fucking fix it. Sir, a horde of creatures is destroying the cane fields. And so the Queensland government founded the Bureau of Sugar Experimentation Stations.
Boses. Boses.
Or the BSES.
Okay, well, but it didn't include the O. That could have been bosses. Dang, mischance to just include the O for an acronym.
In 1900, this team of crack scientists then immediately set out trying to solve the very same issue every single Factorio player faces. This place is covered in bugs. They are breaking my shit. How do I violently slaughter the local wild?
Did not expect a Factorio shot. I thought that was a pretty niche game, because like I was playing the demo and I'm like, this seems very, very niche. I doubt people know about this. And then here he is with it. That was a quick sidebar.
Wildlife in order to expand capitalism and my profit margins. The BSES pondered this question for 25 fucking years.
Took out 25 years?
Chemical insecticides. Didn't work. They tried injecting insecticides into the soil. Didn't work. They tried releasing the fucking cordyceps fungus.
What?
And it still didn't work.
What?
Then, one day in the office, while pondering this question, someone had an idea. Okay, we are getting outmaneuvered by the cast of Bugs Life. Someone in this office, please.
And that is kind of crazy to think about, though. A team of scientists, a bureau created specifically for this problem, and bugs were running circles around them for 25 years. That's actually kind of insane.
Give me anything. What about cane toads? What? Cane toads. Those big fucking fat things that exist in the cane fields in Hawaii. I mean, it's a frog. They eat bugs. We just introduce an invasive species to fix a problem caused by an invasive species. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And so, in June of 1936,
I was gonna say, so they're bringing an invasive species to stop an invasive species, but that invasive species they bought is still an invasive species that can still fuck other stuff up, unless you have it contained somehow. Like, you'd have to keep the motherfuckers in a cage near the plants, and they're just getting everything that passes by or something, like setting up some kind of a trap station or something. I don't know. It'd be really complicated to try and stop that. Like, that was actually a dumbass idea of saying it out loud. They had it. There's no way they didn't think about that, bro. Real quick, if you guys like the video and like the channel, it would be very much appreciated if you supported by liking and subscribing and turning on notifications. Turning on notifications will let you guys know when vids drop, and when vids drop, if you head over to the community tab, I will tell you guys what video comes next. Also, be sure to follow my Twitch and follow my socials for some extra content and any updates I might have. With that being said, enjoy the rest of the video.
2,400 brave cane divers were deployed to the fields to deal with
2,400? Yeah, y'all cooked yourselves.
The arthropod menace. But there's just one small issue. Cane toads were fucking dog shit.
What?
Yeah, funnily enough, big, fat, slow, ground-dwelling toads were not exactly the smartest solution to deal with beetles that spend the majority of their adult life 6 meters off the fucking ground.
So y'all niggas had one job and y'all couldn't even do it right. 25 years actually wasted. Oh my God.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
On top of that, cane toads don't dig for food either, so they didn't eat the larvae. Now this all sounds like information that should have come up during the research and study phase of the plan. This, however, implies that there was a research and study phase.
What?
The BSCS did not conduct a single f***ing study on environmental impact before releasing an army of cane toads. Are you fuck? This complete absence of brain cells.
We might actually be the worst fucking species to ever live. We might be worse than cicadas, bro. We just actually fucked. You actually didn't do the research at all to fuck up. Oh my God. Oh my God. You brought in over 2,000 of an invasive species into a specific area, to not even to spread across the country in that specific fucking area, and you don't do the research to see if something fucks up, if the plan doesn't work. Yo, this is actually fucking hilarious.
A rather spectacular domino effect of ecological f***ups. And it's going to teach you a valuable lesson about invasive species. You see, while the cane toads barely ate what they were supposed to, they did eat. And as incredibly large omnivorous toads, they ate practically anything they could fit into their mouths.
I knew it was
Rats,
gonna use Mr. Frog.
mice, lizards, snails, baby birds. It was the toad equivalent of f***ing Kirby. And then, not unlike the exact problem they were brought here to solve, with all that food, they started reproducing.
Oh,
fuck. A lot. In fact, female cane toads can lay anywhere between 8,000 to 30,000 fucking eggs per clutch.
So, all right, let's recap the mistakes again. Let's recap the mistakes again. Brought over an invasive species to take care of an invasive species. That's the first mistake. Brought it over without doing any research to see what fucks up. Second mistake. Brought over something that actually doesn't do shit, as it turns out. Third mistake. Fourth mistake. Letting it roam and eat everything and multiply and hatch possibly 30,000 of these new fucks. Do we actually think at all, like, I'm pretty sure at least one person in the room was like, we probably shouldn't do this. It's an invasive, what would doing this actually solve? Because once the bugs are gone, won't they become a problem if they're eating the bugs, because then they'd multiply? And whose idea was it to bring over 2,000? That's the real thing. If you brought maybe 60 and tested it somewhere, all right, ship the motherfuckers back. You brought over 2,000. You can't contain that shit. Oh my God. I hope that government bureau got defunded like crazy. Actually, no, they can't. I don't think they can, because it's still going to be because they probably still have a problem with sugarcane now.
But I mean, this should not be too much of a problem. Australia is home to some of the deadliest creatures on the planet. Surely, the local wildlife has this under control. Wait, what? Cane toads, they're poisonous. So little bulges on the shoulder.
Those
are parotid glands, and they are packed to the brim with bufotoxin.
You're probably going to explain, but what the fuck is bufotoxin?
No, it's not a D's nuts joke.
Got him!
Now, whenever the adult toads are threatened, they will squirt this white, sticky fluid out of the glands.
I no longer want to know what bufotoxin is.
And when ingested, it does two things. One, makes you trip absolute balls thanks to the hallucinogenic bufotenin. And two, the other ingredient, bufogen, just straight up gives you a fucking heart attack. It's important to note that this toxin is also present in their eggs and tadpoles. Now, in their natural habitat, this isn't as much of a problem because everything around them has had thousands of years to get good and deal with this ass poison build by either developing immunity or learning to eat around the glands. But Australia is not their ecosystem, and despite all of the deadly animals we've got, they have had a grand total of 5 minutes to adapt to the presence of the fucking Calid toad. Now, quick question for the class. What happens to an animal population when there is nothing to eat it? It gets bigger.
Yeah.
And so, shortly after being introduced, a rapidly expanding tyrannid swarm of toads began to spread across the country. The BSES noticed this and, did fucking nothing.
I figured they wouldn't.
It technically didn't affect the sugar cane. The swarm spread further, occupying all inhabitable parts of Queensland, and they were laying so many fucking eggs that their clutches began polluting the waterways like a bufotoxin teabag, killing native fish as well as any animals that drank from the water.
And it poisoned the water, so... Yo, hold on. What? Nothing good came out of this then at all. You fucked up. You still have bugs eating your sugarcane. The frogs started eating everything. They started multiplying, and your water got poisonous. How the fuck did they recover?
BSES did nothing. Those eggs hatched into tadpoles, which started killing more fish. The BSES still did nothing. The swarm advanced, breaching into the Northern Territory and New South Wales. When questioned, the BSES insisted the toads were doing their jobs and everything was fine. By the 1980s, the toads were now starving out or just fucking eating local wildlife and one-shotting anything that tried to eat them. And considering, at this point, there were 5 fucking million of them.
We went from 2,400 to 5 million.
That happened a lot. So, with local wildlife being absolutely fucking decimated, the BSES was forced to acknowledge that maybe, just maybe,
we fucked up.
But, oh well, everyone makes mistakes. Nothing we can do about it. No, they left it for the government to clean up. Sir, a second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field. Fuck yeah, they realised just how much.
The second horde of creatures has escaped the cane field. Yo. Oh my gosh, this man's hilarious, bro.
Damage was being done, and in 1986 began funneling federal funds into controlling the population. They tried trapping and physically removing the toads, but unless they had 5 million traps, that wasn't going to do shit. Biological warfare was proposed in the form of releasing viruses and parasites, but was shot down because it would do just as much damage to the native wildlife. And so, the toad front continues to advance to this day.
What?
Where does that leave us?
Wait, it never got cleaned up? What? Yo, what?
Short answer is kind of fucked. Cane toads now threaten a total of 75 native species, and they've even driven populations of animals like the northern quoll to complete extinction in parts of the country they infest. And with the population now sitting at 200 fucking million toads, that infestation is spreading, with predictions showing they will be fucking up ecosystems in 5 states in the near future. And given that they have amassed a population 10 times the size of the humans in Australia, the government...
You can't have more animals than people oh my, you can't have more, oh my god, you can't have more deadly fucking, oh my god, dude. They actually fucked up so hard.
Has completely fucking abandoned the fight for eradication, switching focus to harm reduction, using bait toads covered in non-lethal but unpleasant substances to try to teach local wildlife that toad bad. On top of this, the government has encouraged the broader public to, just fucking kill the toads. You are supposed to do it mainly by catching them and sticking them in a freezer for 48 hours, but, most people don't want to frog.
I want to make it very clear, I do not condone this, it's cruel, but it happens.
Frog, taking up their freezer space. So they just used a golf club or a car.
Driving in my car right after
And with this being Australia, our wildlife is also putting up a fight. Keelback snakes, for example, are immune to their venom, and Ricali and magpies have learned to flip them onto their backs before getting a feed. Now, jokes aside, you want to know who I feel genuinely fucking awful for? The toads.
Yeah.
They didn't ask for any of this shit. They just got dumped onto a random island and did their thing, and now they are being actively hunted. No. The assholes in this story are the BSES and the cane growers. Because you may be thinking, why were they allowed to do this shit in the first place?
That is very true.
That's the neat part. They weren't.
Huh?
The federal government banned the fucking idea when they came up for it in 1935, based on the advice of entomologists who rightly presumed the toads would become a bigger fucking issue.
This great toad, immune from enemies, omnivorous in its habitats, and breeding all year round, you need to see this entire fucking quote, and breeding all year round, may become as great a pest as the rabbit or cactus. This is a man who did fucking research.
Than the beetles, but the BSES and the cane growers lobbied to have the ban lifted in 1936. We are stuck in permanent toad combat because these dickheads looked at scientific advice and went, nah. You have got to be fucked. G'day, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you so much for watching. This is the first crack I have taken at a long form on this channel, and I'm not going to lie, I had a lot of fun working on it, so I hope you enjoyed.
That's good, man.
Also, a quick announcement if anyone missed it, we're partnered with Gamer Subs now. The link in the...
Alright. No, Parz. I'm glad, I hope he does start making long form because I've loved his, like, I've loved his content, bro. I've loved it. He's like us. He's like Casual Geographic, but for like going over Australian and stuff. And it's like, bro, there's no way that. And it's like every time you see him pop up on your page, it's like, how is there more shit happening in Australia? Like that. What's that? That news. Like there was one time I scrolled. I saw one of his videos. It's like, well, that's fucked. Hopefully, it's not the only thing I see today. Later in the day, I scroll and I see a video of the Newcastle Big Boy. I'm like, what the actual fuck is that continent, bro? This man's videos are funny, and we gonna keep reacting to him. I might do a video on his TikToks, but I have to let it simmer for a few. I have to let it simmer for a little bit because I was watching his TikToks the other day, so I went back through all of the TikToks recently. So we're gonna have to let those simmer. But until then, that is going to be The Toad That Broke Australia by Parz. Make sure you guys go check out the original link in the description below. Then, I really appreciate it if you guys go ahead, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Follow my socials for extra content. And, of course, come on over to the Twitch. With that being said, I will see y'all next time. Peace out.
Kick the body once just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's a red dead deputy. Full clip with the red dead weaponry. Gold top still walk with it next to me. Bullets beats out of they hit him with force. Horse ride with no bitch in the back of it. Yeehaw from the burn, I'm smacking it. Put the weed cigar on, I'm packing it. Red shot. Hit him, all you see is a red dot.